A tale of forbidden love. The fragile mask of happiness. Adelheid and Konrad had always seemed like the perfect couple. Their charming Berlin home, filled with sunlight and laughter, was the envy of their friends. Konrad, a meticulous and kind-hearted software engineer, provided stability and unwavering devotion. Adelheid, with her fiery personality, brought color to their otherwise structured life. But beneath the surface of their 7-year marriage lay a quiet ache. The once fiery passion had dulled to an ember, replaced by routine and unspoken distance. Konrad was buried in work, while Adelheid, who ran a small but elegant art gallery, longed for a spark that would make her heart race again. That spark appeared one fateful evening when she hosted a gala at her gallery. Max, her ex-boyfriend, the man she had loved fiercely in her youth, walked in, his gaze locking with hers across the room. Time seemed to stop. Max's rugged charm, his unruly hair, and the way his lips curled into a knowing smile brought back memories she thought she had buried. The allure of the past. Max was now a celebrated travel photographer, his life a canvas of daring adventures and wild beauty. Over glasses of wine and hushed laughter, they reminisced about their reckless youth, the stolen kisses under the moonlight, the nights spent dreaming of a world they'd never quite reached together. "It's like seeing a ghost," Max murmured, his voice heavy with emotion. "I never thought I'd see you again." Adelheid felt her defenses crumble. The walls she'd built around her heart began to crack, and she couldn't stop herself from agreeing to meet him again. For coffee, she told herself. But the intensity in his eyes suggested this would be far more than an innocent reunion. A dangerous dance. Their meetings became a secret world of stolen moments and forbidden desire. Each time Max touched her hand, each whispered confession, each lingering glance drew her deeper into a web of passion she couldn't resist. Adelheid's heart raced in Max's presence in a way it hadn't in years. His voice, rough like gravel, would murmur things Konrad never said anymore. Max saw her, really saw her, as if she were the only woman in the world. But with every clandestine meeting, guilt gnawed at her. She would return home to Konrad, who would smile and ask about her day. The tenderness in his eyes was unbearable. She wanted to tell him the truth, to end the charade, but every time she tried, fear silenced her. The breaking point. One evening, as she sat at the edge of the bed she shared with Konrad, her phone buzzed. A message from Max lit up the screen. "I can't wait to hold you again, my love. Let's leave everything behind." Konrad, who had been quietly observing her distracted behavior for weeks, picked up her phone before she could. His face darkened as he read the message. "Adelheid," he said, his voice shaking. "What is this? Who is Max?" The room felt like it was closing in on her. "Konrad, She couldn't finish the sentence. His eyes filled with disbelief and betrayal. "I trusted you. I gave you everything. Was it not enough?" Adelheid tried to explain, but how could she justify what she had done? How could she explain the emptiness that had led her to Max, the fire that she had thought was long dead but roared to life in his presence? The pull of forbidden love. After their confrontation, Adelheid left. She moved into a small apartment, unable to face Konrad's pain and anger. Max became her solace, his arms a refuge from the storm. They escaped to the countryside for a weekend, their affair no longer a secret. Max promised her the world, a life filled with adventure and passion. But as she lay in his arms under the stars, she felt an ache she couldn't ignore. Konrad haunted her thoughts. His quiet strength, his unyielding love, she had taken it all for granted. And yet, here she was, unable to let go of Max's intoxicating hold. The reckoning. Max sensed her turmoil. "You're thinking about him, aren't you?" he asked one night, his tone sharp. Adelheid didn't deny it. "I don't know what to do, Max. I love you, but..." Her voice broke. "But I can't erase what I had with Konrad. He's a part of me." Max's jaw tightened. "Then choose, Adelheid. Either you're with me completely, or you go back to the life that suffocates you." She was torn between two worlds, one of forbidden passion, the other of steadfast love. The weight of her decision was suffocating. The choice. Adelheid returned to Berlin, her heart heavy with doubt. She stood outside the door of the home she had shared with Konrad, unsure if she would be welcomed back. When he opened the door, the pain in his eyes was evident. "Why are you here?" he asked, his voice cold but fragile. Tears streamed down her face. "Because I made a mistake. Because I forgot what we had and let it slip away. And because, despite everything, I still love you." Konrad didn't answer immediately. The silence stretched between them, heavy with the weight of their shattered trust. "Love isn't enough, Adelheid," he finally said. "Not after what you've done. But maybe, just maybe, we can try to find our way back. Rebuilding love." They began the painful process of healing. Counseling sessions were raw and brutal, forcing them to confront their failures and fears. Konrad learned to express the emotions he had buried beneath his stoic exterior, while Adelheid vowed to cherish the quiet beauty of their life together. Max's presence lingered like a shadow, but Adelheid knew she had made her choice. She deleted his number and ignored his calls, knowing that her future lay in rebuilding the love she had nearly destroyed. A new beginning. Years later, as they walked hand in hand through the same Christmas market where they had first met, Konrad turned to her. "We've been through hell, Adelheid. But if there's one thing I've learned, it's that love is a choice we make every day. And I choose you." Adelheid smiled, her heart full of gratitude and a love that had been forged in fire. "And I choose you, Konrad. Every single day." Their love was no longer the naive passion of their youth. It was deeper, more complex, a bond tempered by pain but strengthened by their decision to fight for each other.